The commander of the Akhmat Special Forces, hero of Russia, Aptiravich Alaudinov, is with us live. Aptiravich, hello. Against the backdrop of our troops' breakthroughs in the Dnipropetrovsk region, Ukrainian commanders are justifying this by saying that for every one Ukrainian soldier on this section of the front, there are about 10 Russian soldiers. How true is this?
Zhenya, hello. Well, actually, if I may, I also took a look at what you were just showing. I'll tell you something, probably their troubles are because their people still do not support this junta, which is essentially engaged in killing its own people. They do not support Zelensky, who is expired and serves the Satanists. And that probably is their main problem. And if we talk about the front itself, well, if we remember these past 3 years, we've heard the rhetoric. If you just give us, say, HIMARS, then we'll win everything. Give us planes, we'll win. In other words, it seems to me that their masters have given them everything they could possibly want, and yet nothing is working out for them. Now, all they have left is to complain that for every one of their soldiers, there are 10 of ours Russian soldiers. Well, maybe that's how it would be, but in reality, if you look at how many waves of mobilization we've had compared to how many they've had, they have over 1 million irrecoverable losses. Our losses are much lower. So perhaps they should treat their troops with a bit more care, preserve them so that they stay alive instead of throwing all these men, turning the entire line of contact into cannon fodder. That's the essence of it. So I think now they're going to tell yet another fairy tale to their people to explain why they keep losing all the time.
Aptiravich, here's a question from a civilian. There's a lot being written about the supposedly crushing summer offensive by the Russian army. Both Western media and people in Ukraine are panicking. Has it already started?
Zhenya, look, here's the situation. They're always writing about some kind of offensive on our part. Sometimes, of course, that misleads us. We start thinking they've relaxed, they've fallen apart. But usually at that very moment, they're always preparing some kind of stab in the back for us. So I'll put it this way, just as we've always done our job, we continue to do it methodically, regardless of whether it's winter, summer, spring, or autumn. For us, the year, the date, the month, they don't matter. Basically, I think we probably shouldn't even try to launch a larger scale offensive, because the forms and methods of conducting military operations have changed. It's not possible to advance with large-scale forces. The most important thing is that little by little we are moving forward along all sections of the line of contact. This in fact proves that the Donetsk People's Republic has already been completely liberated. And now it turns out on one of the fronts we've already reached the territory of the Dnipropetrovsk region. That is, if you look at each section, we can see that we are breaking into enemy territory everywhere, gradually liberating it from the fascists.
Well, in the Donetsk region, you misspoke. Slavyansk and Kramatorsk remain. But as for Luhansk, yes, it is completely liberated by us.
Yes.
Practically.
As for Donetsk, I mean, in one area we have already moved beyond the territory of Donetsk region itself and have entered, it turns out, the neighboring region. So if you look at all the areas, there might be something we don't quite understand in today's overall picture, but if you look at everything from above, at the whole map along the line of contact, we can see that the situation for our opponent is actually very difficult. They are trying to plug holes here and there, and in some places they attempt to launch counter-offensive strikes against us in order to distract us from our own offensive actions. But whatever the case may be, in any given scenario or situation, we need to fully understand that the actions of our troops now no longer give our opponent any real chance to concentrate their forces anywhere and deliver a truly crushing blow, one that could potentially cause us to lose.
Aptiravich, Lately, we have seen truly devastating, multifaceted, and massive attacks by our aerospace forces in response to Kyiv's terrorist attacks. The Jiran missiles are destroying military infrastructure, depots, and concentrations of personnel deep in the enemy's rear. Are these strikes being felt on the line of contact? Is their power felt immediately, or do they have more of a delayed effect?
Well, Genya, look, the only thing I can say for sure is that all these drones, both ours and the enemies, I think seem to fly right over the exact spot where I am, because every night you can clearly hear them buzzing by in swarms from our side, heading toward the enemy, you know. But joking aside, I'll say this. Of course, we have to understand that within a short period of time, we can't immediately feel the effect of this strike. The enemy really howled because they suffered such losses, specifically in economic terms. I'll say this. For the enemy, these raids by our missiles and aerial vehicles also deliver a very serious blow, specifically in terms of their image. Because we remember how Zelensky repeatedly claimed that they were ready to repel any strike from Russia, that they supposedly had such air defense systems thanks to the help of their friends, their patrons, the Americans and the Europeans. But as we can see, they basically have no air defense at all. So we can see that their economy is already starting to fall apart at the seams. They never really had one to begin with. And if you look at the fact that the multi-billion injections have stopped and the economy itself has collapsed, excuse me, I'll say it, literally in the coming months, we will see how Ukraine will essentially be forced to admit its defeat. Even if we don't consider the battlefield itself, the economic situation will force them to seriously pull back.
Thank you so much. A big hello and deep respect to all the Akhmat Special Forces fighters who are right now defending our freedom and independence with weapons in their hands. Hero of Russia, Apti Alaudinov, was with us live from the Special Military Operations Zone. Please go ahead.
Goodbye. Well, assalamu alaikum, friends. Good night to everyone. Oh, I barely made it to a place with a connection, basically, somewhere with internet. And now I'm recording this video. Everyone sent me the videos. I saw how truly alarming your messages are. So in Suja, the Akhmat Special Forces are shooting. In short, someone has already determined that they are apparently shooting in the direction of the church. There's some real drama going on over there. And as always, you all experts, right away you identified that these are Akhmat Special Forces soldiers. And just look at how badly they're behaving. You know, when I read what you write, I get the impression that you're people who feel wronged by life. If you were writing an article saying that we need to identify who did this and punish them, I would understand you. But when you immediately attack the Akhmat Special Forces, when you try to cast a shadow on them, it's obvious that you're not after the truth or justice, but rather you're driven by something eating away at you inside the fact that Akhmat Special Forces is such a strong, formidable unit that our enemy can't do anything about. So it turns out you're working for the enemy, and I never doubted that anyway. You are enemies of Russia, and you work for Russia's enemies. That's all there is to it. Now, the second point, the people in this video have nothing to do with the Akhmat Special Forces. Judging by their patches, they are military commandants, office personnel. They are not speaking Chechen. So you're asking, I wonder what Alexander Evsevich will say now since he lashed out at Akim Apachev there. Alexander Evsevich is great. He's awesome. Because he always says exactly what he thinks. That's why I respect him. If he has something to say, he'll say it here too, whatever he has to say. In this case, they are searching for those who carried out this shooting. And when they are found, I hope that the Akhmat Special Forces will hand them over to me. I'll find them a spot on the front lines where they can shoot to their heart's content. And of course, after that, I give you my word, they'll hardly ever want to fire a grenade launcher at empty houses again. That I guarantee you. That's why I don't have any Akhmat Special Forces fighters in Suja, and thank God for that. All my units are currently stationed at the most difficult and dangerous breakthrough points, all on the front line, and there they can shoot so much that they don't even want to shoot anymore. Even I myself have long since grown tired of shooting. So, Poor enemies of Russia, don't torment yourselves, don't suffer, you've lost anyway. Russia has definitely won. And whatever you try to do, however hard you try, it still won't help you. The only thing is that in the end, when all this is over, each of you will still have to personally answer for your destructive actions. So I ask everyone to be patient. I hope that those responsible for this celebration will also be found and punished justly, as they should be. That's all. Ahmad is strength, Russia is power, God is one. Allahu Akbar.